How's everybody doing? This is Anthony Brown Logan, and today I bring you a story that comes from East St. Louis, Illinois, which for the most part is a ghetto. Now, the reason why I told you about it being a ghetto for the most part, and also the location, you'll understand in a little bit. But to get back on topic here, this story involves some 7 and 8-year-old kids kneeling during the national anthem before their Little League football game. Now, what I'm going to do right now is go and roll a clip from Fox News. This clip has the actual incident take place on camera. And you also have a statement from the coach. He got on and said a couple words. I guess it was like a phone interview. You don't see his face, but he explained why he allowed this to happen. So after we get done with that, I'm going to give you my teardown of it, my analysis of it, and whatever other related topics may be on my mind. So without further ado, go ahead and roll it.
The violent protests in St. Louis now inspiring 8-year-olds to take a knee for the national anthem. The Illinois football coach says his players asked about the St. Louis protests, so he told them about Colin Kaepernick.
One of the kids asked, can we do that? Those are his words. And I said, as long as we know why we're doing it, I don't have a problem with kneeling. I felt like it was a good teaching moment for me.
The coach says the parents were all on board.
Okay, so you saw that, you heard that, you see what's going on. You got these kids out there kneeling during the national anthem, basically because of the so-called protests, which are really just race riots funded by outside sources. But I digress. They're race riots, and they're looking at it and saying, hey, what's going on with that? And then you have the coach. The coach really is in the position to where he should be telling these kids the proper way to behave and not the improper way to behave, which is basically copying whatever people are doing in the NFL and also out there in the streets in St. Louis. Remember, I told you this is pretty much in the ghetto of East St. Louis. It's in Illinois. It's basically right in it's the same area. You have the river right in between it, but for the most part on the west side of the river, that's St. Louis. That's where all the violence is happening from these so-called protests.
You know what's hurting the game more than that? When people like yourselves turn on television and you see those people taking the knee when they're playing our great national anthem. The only thing you could do better is if you see it, even if it's one player, leave the stadium. I guarantee things will stop. Things will stop. Just pick up and leave. Pick up and leave. Not the same game anymore anyway.